Drew and Jonathan, I wish you could come redo my room at the church. It's also too bad that you're already taken. Oh, why, hello there, Sonny!
My moments with Mom.
But you know, once in a while, you just gotta read some of the tabloids. Greetings and salutations, folks. My name's Sister Mary Alice Merriweather, but you can call me Alice. That's what my friends call me. Today we're going to answer some of your Flicker's questions. Let's jump right into it. This first question comes from Elizabeth Brooks, and she says you look so young. Well, thank you, Sonny. Really appreciate it. Please tell us your beauty secrets. What's your beauty routine? Well, Elizabeth, first and foremost, Elizabeth, I try to stay out of the sun. And if I am in the sun, I try to stay in the shade. Secondly, these are some of the products that I use to keep myself looking nice and rejuvenated. Well, first I use good old Noxzema in the morning. Nothing like the fresh, sweet smell of eucalyptus to get your senses going. Another oldie but a goodie is Pond's Moisturizing Facial Cream. It makes my skin nice and supple. Now this one's for more oily skin. It's Sea Breeze. I have trouble in my T-zone here. We all have problems with oily skin now and then. Now, ladies, there's nothing to be ashamed of here. We all get facial hair, and nobody wants a nun with a stash. So, there's nothing that this here Nair can't fix, but boy does it smell rancid! But it works, so who cares? Now, Sonnies, for the more aggressive hair growth, you're gonna need some big guns. This next question is from Abby Palmer. She says, Sister Mary Alice, my two cats always fight. How can I stop them? Well, Abby, it depends what they're fighting about. Is it because their food bowls are too close together? Do they like the same toys? Does one get more attention than the other? You know, maybe you could separate their food bowls if they are too close together. Maybe if they do like the same toy, you could buy more than one for each of them. If you know one of them's getting more attention over the other one, you know, you should give both of them the same amount. And last but not least, maybe you could get a dog like this one here. If you get one, they might forget about fighting with each other. This next question comes from Julie V.O. or Vo, not quite sure there, Sonny. She says, Hi, Sister Mary Alice. I have a naughty 3-year-old who likes to be mean sometimes for no reason. He will punch his older brother when he's sleeping. That's just one example. Any advice? Sounds like you have a little rascal on your hands, Julie. Maybe my advice can help you out. Well, first of all, I would say to take your young boy to the park and get all of his energy out until he can't even stand up anymore. That might control his mean outbursts. Also, maybe you could do something at home with him. Something that interests him, you know, like finger painting or using washable markers for coloring. Something like this. It will get his mind off of things. If those things don't work, I would suggest buying a timer. And whenever he's mean to anyone in the family, you could show him the timer and tell him that he will be getting a time out if he continues to do mean things. Back in the day when I worked at the children's center, that seemed to work pretty good. And if he cries because of this, you can't feel too bad for him. He needs to learn his lesson that being mean to others is not okay. This question is from Talia Fetcher. Talia asks, Sister Mary Alice, what is your favorite moisturizer? Well, as I answered a couple of questions ago, Pond's moisturizer is my favorite. This question is from Cinder Nina, and she says, how do you deal with people who are mean? Well, Cinder Nina, there are a lot of bullies in this world. They are all over. It's just the truth. If you confront people who are mean to you, sometimes they like that and want to keep things going, which will really get you nowhere. Sometimes it's best to just ignore them, but you do have to stick up for yourself in certain situations. So just remember that. You don't want them thinking they can walk all over you. This question is from Veronica de Loera. She says, Dear Sister Mary Alice, my Disneyland pass just expired and I would love to meet J&J. Now that you're friends with them, do you think you can try to convince them to have a meet and greet at Downtown Disney soon? Well, Veronica, I know they have mentioned to me before that they would absolutely love to have a meet and greet, but are afraid only one person will show up. Those silly little girls. But since they are always at Disneyland, I'm sure if you write to them on one of their social medias, they would love to meet up with you in Downtown Disney sometime. Kristen Walker says, how do you deal with bullies? Well, Kristen, I just answered a question similar to yours a couple of questions ago, so you can refer to that one to help you out. Alright folks, that will be it for this week's segment. Be sure to leave your questions down in the comment section below or on any one of my other advice videos, because if you leave me a question anywhere else other than there, I may not see it. And if you think I have maybe missed one of your questions, please write it again down below. You could always leave me questions of advice or anything about me you'd like to know. And now I will leave you with some words of wisdom that I always say at the end of every one of my videos. Be good like you should, don't be bad or get mad, keep a smile on your face, give people their space, and spread love all over the place. And if you do this, Sonnies, the world may be a nicer place. Sister Mary Alice is out! See you folks next week.